Good morning, guys. Today we're going to talk about the weird bendy stuff in rock layers. Now, there's three things that can happen to rock layers that kind of involve bending. And the first one you can kind of see happening here. You see this squiggly line? What the squiggly line represents is that the rock used to be all straight and flat. But when it was at the surface, it was weathered and eroded. And you can see that weathering and eroding is already happening here at A. We wouldn't call A an unconformity because in order to be an unconformity, you have to be buried. So if a million years from now, we get another layer on top of A, then this little squiggly line here will be called an unconformity, just like we see right here. What this means is there was rock there and it got weathered and eroded away. That unconformity tells us rock is missing. So that's the one thing that can happen that kind of results in these squiggly bendy lines we see in the rock outcrops. The other thing that can happen is what's called folding. Now if you look at, I like to use the word bending because that's really what's happening with folding. You can see that these rock layers used to be flat and horizontal like A and B, but something kind of squeezed them together and caused them to fold. And that squeezing together and causing them to fold is probably caused by really intense pressure caused by like tectonic plate movements. Now, if you look here at the bottom, you can see that H, I, J, and K are all kind of flipped over. If you go back in time, you would have to flip them back like this, where H would be the next layer, then I, then J, and then K. Again, we're seeing the rocks being displaced, and this is called tilting, which I like to say flipping the word with tilting. And this is also caused to intense pressure, usually by mountain building. So we have three things that I'm going to ask you about in our Google Classroom. Hopefully this video helped you. Don't forget to use these little hints down here at the bottom to help you identify examples of each one. Great job.